Hi everybody, it's Mike here from The Art of Guitar. I'm just going to do a real quick video today. I'm actually going to play through the entire Extreme Rise video that came out not too long ago. Somebody asked me if I would do a review of it, and since I already heard it, I can't truly do a reaction video to it. So what I did today is I just listened to it a couple times. I tried to figure out a couple of the riffs, a couple of the licks, and I don't know, I'd like to just go through the video and tell you what I think. Here we go, from the beginning. Now, when I first heard that riff, I was kind of surprised because to me it sounds a little bit more like, I don't know, modern Ozzy or something. You know, it's that drop D sound with pull-offs and kind of an evil set of intervals. Now, when I first heard this riff, I was excited that the beat was going to be a halftime groove and it was just going to have this real sludgy feel. But instead, here's what I heard. So the drummer's just doing a standard beat, which kind of gives it this up feel. It's not really this real heavy down feel yet. And so I was a little bit disappointed right off the bat that they didn't kick into that. So what I love about the guitar part though is right there, he does a little bit of Zakk Wylde, speaking of Ozzy. Nuno Bettencourt is incredible, and he's really starting to kind of open up his heavier side with this song that I could already tell right away. I look around you, a little cow profound we would find you. When I first heard this vocal line, something hit me and I was like, you know what? I've heard this before. It sounds really familiar to something I listened to back when I was really depressed. I don't know why, it's just sitting in that part of my brain. So I did a little bit of digging and I remembered it was Stone Temple Pilots. If you have the album called Purple, it's a song called Silver Gun Superman. Check it out. I could hear when the baby whisper sweetly, jealousy is a weapon, you kill me. I look around you, a little cow profound we would find you. Pretty similar, isn't it? Okay, let's keep going. Come along, come and join us. Take a little walk in the middle of the madness. Okay, I really love the harmonies right there on the vocals and during the chorus. There's some really great two-part vocal harmonies. If you think back, More Than Words, you know, really cemented them as a dual singing powerhouse. And you can feel it, can you taste it? Take a bite of... That's heavy, man. That's not really how it goes, but I'm just trying to get close for today. You're the chosen one. I'm gonna lift you up, straight to the top. Does that chorus, the vocal part, sounds sort of like a Kesha tune or something? I was trying to place it, but I don't know. In post-production, I'll throw it in if I find it. Okay, now that guitar riff is really cool, and I'm wondering if they did two different takes, because when I look at the video, it looks like they both have their hands down here, so like... something like that. But I think it would sound way meaner if they did it on the D string, because this is the E string tuned down to D for drop D, so... Now this is a little bit more like Kyuss or something, kind of sludgy sounding, so I think that sounds a lot cooler. What I like is how the guitar is doing that, and then the chords behind the guitar change. They could easily stay just on D the whole time, but they go to B flat, and then to G. Once again, I'm just estimating, but I love how the chords move underneath that riff. Does Gary Cherone look a little bit like Ben Stiller here? I don't know, I just can't stop seeing that. One thing I really paid attention to when I was listening to this for the first few times were the guitar fills. Because you know how a lot of bands have really cool drum fills? Extreme have that too, but Nuno Bettencourt loves to put real tasty fills with the guitar to tie parts together. So right there he did something like... It's funny because when he did that, I thought it sounds a lot like Eddie Van Halen. Then I looked over and I saw this guitar and I'm like, I'll just use this guitar for the video just because it's already in drop D standard and it seems to fit the tone and some of the licks actually. Okay. That is a crazy lick. It's actually like this. I'll go slow. That is not easy to do full speed. Usually you go pull off right away. But he goes hammer on. So he goes. Tricky stuff. It's like a really fast country run. But you are no more. You can feel it. I think this is the fill that I worked on the most. He goes something like. One thing I really love about Nuno Bettencourt's playing is it's very percussive. And I think I took a lot of that from him. I play drums, so every time I play guitar, I kind of put that percussive edge into almost everything I do. Clever. Okay, this time, they do a lot of cool production tricks. So this time through the pre-chorus, he throws in a unison bend. So it's like. Something like that. I'm not sure how the riff goes, but they do throw that in, which builds it up from the last one. So now they're doing a back and forth, a call and response, where the guitar is copying pretty much what the vocals are doing. And here's a cool little thing they're doing. They're doing like... And then the second time... I thought Nuno kind of messed up and slid up to the right note there, but he does it 4 times, so that's not a mistake. Now, they could have just kept doing the D part like that. But the chords climb as this happens. So once again, it evolves. When something stays in D the whole time, it sounds great, but there's no motion to it. So I think this is a really good way to ramp up. You can feel the solo coming. So it's a really cool bridge idea to build it up chord-wise. Okay, this is Nuno Bettencourt going crazy with tremolo picking. So he's doing something, this is the part of the song I didn't really work on yet. I'm going to do a whole lesson on this later, but he's like... I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing some really cool trem picking motion, climbing the strings. He's jumping from the first string to the second string. He ends up on the highest part of the guitar. Then he does the lowest. Check it out. I guess he's living up to the band's name, Extreme, because you're going from the highest to the lowest extreme of the guitar. Pretty cool bar dips he's doing. His trem bar is taking quite the beating, and so is mine right now. Okay, now this part is a mystery right now to me. A long time ago, I tried to figure out some of his leads, and I found out later that he's actually using an effect pedal. I did a whole video on that where he uses that dotted eighth note delay trick, and part of me thinks he's doing something like that here, but in the video, his hands show that he's picking everything. So it might just be some kind of trickery, or he's just, doing something so crazy my mind can't comprehend it yet. He's doing some big stretches, but everything sounds a little too perfect. Like, I'm thinking it's halftime that he's actually playing and the delay is filling in the gaps, but I could be completely wrong about that. What was frustrating was, as I was trying to watch his fingers, it looked like he wasn't really doing what I was hearing. And then the next shot, he's up here. Then the next shot, he's back down here. So I'm thinking, okay, I don't know what's going on, if they're purposely trying to mess with us guitar players, but it's making it really hard to figure this out. But like I said, it's a challenge I'm willing to take when I figure out if there's an effect or not. Man, that's like a Tool riff, isn't it? I can't see Adam Jones doing the artificial harmonic squeals, but definitely those notes. Now, they're doing something that I was talking about earlier where you add something every time a part comes around to differentiate it from before. And they're doing what I call the Radiohead trick, and they're using octaves over the top of that riff, the chorus riff. So this is interesting because the riff has a D minor tonality to it. But the first note they choose to put over the top of it is actually the major third of D, so F sharp. So they're going, which gives it a really great paradoxical sound. Isn't that a great choice right there? What they did, it gives it that evil twist at the end, like I said, kind of like a Radiohead chaos. I was so happy when that happened. Like I said in the beginning of this video, when it first happened, this riff, I really wanted them to kick into this this drum beat where it's halftime. It just grooves, you know. But what they did was they saved it till the end, so it's like a payoff. Little bit of Dimebag Darrell there. I love this lick. I'm sure Nuno Bettencourt took a lot from Dimebag Darrell. We all have, you know, and I think something's kind of funny about that. I saw an interview one time where they were interviewing Pantera, and Phil Anselmo said, yeah, you know, we just want to be extreme. And he goes, not like the band Extreme, but we want to be really extreme. So I thought that was kind of funny. Cool ending. The vocals have a delay on them, and they just can't go wrong with that. Pretty cool video too. You know, it's really just shot in one room, in one scene, and the camera's just doing all the crazy work. So I said this was going to be brutally honest, but there isn't a lot about this song that I don't like. You know, when I first heard it, I was just happy to, first of all, hear a brand new Extreme song. Second of all, that it was heavy. It had a lot of attitude towards it. There wasn't a lot of like editing and fixing that I could hear. It just has a really punchy, in-your-face kind of a sound. The playing was excellent. The vocals are, you know, memorable. You know, I have that chorus stuck in my head after I listened to it. The song delivered everything I wanted. Even though I had to wait till the end, it made me wait quite a bit. There's a mystery section in the song, which is that entire solo section where I don't know if he's using a delay effect or not. That's going to keep me up nights, I'm sure, when trying to figure that out. But like I said before, I'll give it a go. And overall, this leaves me wanting more, which is kind of a rare thing. Sometimes I hear a song from a band and I'm just like, okay, I kind of get what they're going after. This makes me wonder what directions they go. Do they go heavier for the next tune? Do they do a 180 and throw a ballad at us? Because that would definitely work. You know, we're past the point where that seems cheesy now, I think. If Extreme came out with a more than words type thing, I bet you it would get way more accepted than it would have maybe 10 years ago. All right, so that is my review of the video. Like I said, I only listened to it a couple of times, figured out a few of the licks, but I really wanted to get my initial thoughts out there. Let me know what you think of the new Extreme song, and if you're excited like me for the next release, and we'll catch you at the next video. Thank you.